My name is Dr. John Watson. I am a colleague and friend of Mr. Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective. We reside at 221B Baker Street, London, and though we live together, it is to be noted that we have our separate bedrooms, and in no way do either of us possess wolferish tendencies in any degree whatsoever. It was on the morning of the 14th of January in the year of our Lord 1879. I entered the sitting room that Holmes used for, amongst many other things, his awful chemistry experiments. Are you all right, Holmes?
Of course, just a minor miscalculation. Could have happened to anyone, Watson. Here she comes. I didn't think it would take her long to start complaining.
Mr. Holmes, whatever have ye done?
Nothing at all, Mrs. Hudson. Just sod off back to your chores. Better still go back to bed. You could do with about 2,000 years of beauty sleep.
But I'll have to clear up this mess. It's even blown all my washing off the line outside. You should see the state of my underclothes.
I have no desire to see the state of your underclothes, Mrs. Hudson. I don't have a delicate stomach, but such a sight would doubtless induce ceaseless vomiting.
Talking of vomiting, Holmes, the southern leg of the National Projectile Vomiting Championships are on at the St. James Playhouse tonight.
Playhouse, indeed. The St. James ain't nothing more than a common music hall.
And how would you know, Mrs. Hudson? You're always saying you never frequent such lairs of the devil.
Oh, I don't really remember. Somebody must have mentioned it to me.
You lying old harridan. I saw you coming out of Harry Maud's last week, and you were holding hands with some drunk wearing dirty lamplighter's trousers and a tattered nightshirt.
I'm sure he must be mistaken, Mr. Holmes. Must have been another Mrs. Hudson. But never mind all that. There's someone a-waiting to see you downstairs. A right filthy little slink called Sid.
Send him up.
But Mr. Holmes, I might or might not frequent the halls, but I don't have any impersonation skills. I can't send them their personalities up. I can sing a bit of Mary Lloyd, though. My old man said, follow the van and don't dilly-dally.
For God's sake, shut up! You're making my teeth rattle.
The boy I love is up in the gallery.
Shut up, for pity's sake, you demented old rat. I meant send him up here to see me, now. We really must think about getting rid of that old bag, Watson.
But Holmes, you know you would never do that if you were thinking straight. You've been on that awful stuff again, haven't you?
I know I shouldn't say those things to her, Watson, but I'm bored sick. Let's hope this Sid, or whoever he is, has brought us a mystery to solve.
So what was it this time? Heroin? Cocaine? I wish you'd leave those terrible things alone.
Good God, Watson, I'm finished with all that rubbish. Don't you remember I burned all the syringes before your very eyes as my New Year's resolution?
Oh, yes, of course, and singularly the best day's work you ever did, Holmes. But if it wasn't those things, what are you on? Not monkey syrup?
Never you mind, Watson. I mean, yes.
For goodness sake, you well know that monkey syrup is worse than all those other terrible things put together.
Ah, our visitor.
Mr. Sid to see you, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you. Now sod off before you start singing again. Sid, is it?
Yes, I has a letter from my master, and I won't have no word said agin him. He's the bestest, most caring master what a man can have. He's like a father to me, so he is.
Give me the letter, you ragbag.
Do you mind if I read it over your shoulder, Holmes?
Of course not. I should be asking your opinion of it soon anyway.
I read the letter over Holmes's shoulder. It said, "Firstly, Mr. Holmes, please kill the filthy, stinking swine who handed you this letter. He has been in my employ now for a month, and is the most foul, stinking, and useless deranged retard I have ever employed. Sorry, Mr. Holmes, I shouldn't have asked you to do that. But to my dilemma. I am in mortal danger. I implore you to take my case. Please visit me at my home where my beautiful and faithful dog Butch has been murdered. He was the most wonderful Yorkshire Terrier ever born. I do miss him. He used to fetch the paper for me from the letterbox every morning, helped boil my morning egg, and came to church with me every Sunday. A devout Methodog he was. Oh, and by the way, my butler Groach has also been murdered. Should you decide to take the case, Sid will furnish you with first-class rail tickets to Whitby, where I shall meet you. Yours faithfully, Lord Benjamin Thunderbum of Codhead Grange, Whitby. Shall we take the case, Holmes?
Whitby? But Whitby's in Yorkshire. We're not going all the way to Yorkshire. People are a bunch of barbarous woolly-backs.
My master says he will pay you £200 a day, plus generous expenses and a best accommodation within Codhead Grange.
I don't know.
Mr. Holmes, landlord's at the door. He says you owe him 3 months' rent.
Oh, my God, this is intolerable, Holmes. I thought you said you'd paid him.
I'll sort him out. Oh, Mr. Holmes!
Just sod off!
Get packing, Watson. We're off to Yorkshire.
As it turned out, I was unable to accompany Holmes, and he went alone to Whitby. However, he returned a day later to tell me he would be taking the case, and he requested I accompanied him back to Whitby the following day.
I think you'll agree it's been a long journey even at these speeds, Watson, but we're nearly there. I remember a few landmarks from my journey here earlier in the week.
Holmes, what is this Whitby like?
Cold. The people are very down-to-earth, but seem honest enough. Damned funny accent, of course. Be thrown under an omnibus if they spoke like that in the East End. Lord Thunderbum will be sending his new butler, Mr. Rufus Manglethrope, to meet us. He replaces Groach, the one who was so unfortunately murdered. Let's hope this one lasts a bit longer, eh?
I wonder if we can solve this mystery, Holmes.
I have no idea yet, Watson. In fact, I don't really know what the case is about. We should soon find out, though. If I'm not mistaken, we're approaching Whitby Station. This is the famous abbey we're passing now.